For 40 years, SOS Children's Villages Ghana has had one core priority.
SOS Children's Villages Ghana takes care of needy children. We create a home for every child where the child grows with love, respect, and security.
Since 1974, SOS has done this for orphaned, vulnerable, and abandoned needy children in Ghana through family-based care and family strengthening programs.
The concept of the SOS Children's Village is a group of houses into which there's a woman who's the mother, and then these children come to her and she brings them up as her own children.
All right, so you're welcome back. This is still Good Morning Ghana. The show is coming to you from our studios here at Laboni. Now, the clip you just saw has to do with the SOS villages in Ghana. They've been doing a wonderful work for so many years, and this morning they are talking about the right of underprivileged and orphan children to quality education. That is the focus of our discussion today. And I have here with me in the studio George Yalboating, who is a quality education program coordinator for the SOS Village. And then to my immediate right, I have Idris Sarah Asiedu, who is the fundraising officer of the SOS Village. Welcome to you, gentleman and lady.
Thank you, Mike.
Now, let me start off with you, Idris. Tell me a bit about this whole SOS business. I mean, we know that it's set up to take care of needy children, but I personally have seen not so needy children attend, for instance, the Tema SOS.
Thank you, Michael. I think you are not the only one with this idea or perception. Initially, the school is a microcosm of the whole entire SOS organization, but the focus is the orphan, the destitute, and the abandoned child. And as we tried to raise them, there was a need to provide them with quality education. Now, from what you see, and of course what others also see, is as a result of opening our facility to the outside community to also assess this quality care, quality education that we are offering, not just to our children, but also to the entire community, so that they can better integrate and grow as a regular child in the outside world.
So, as it stands now, who can gain admission into any of the SOS facilities? Anybody at all? Anybody
at all, but you have to merit. There's a criteria that you have to go through. You write the entrance examination. When you are successful, you go through the process of interview, and of course, you'll be selected for admission.
All right, so it then means that it works like any other educational institution.
Precisely.
But for people who are underprivileged, who are the core purpose for which you set up this whole SOS concept, how do you ensure that despite the stringent selection process that you have, they are able to access quality education? George?
Yeah, let me also add that SOS has 3 facilities. As she said, the school is just a small part of our program. We have what we call the family-based care, where vulnerable and orphan children are brought in and cared for. And that is only for vulnerable children whose parents cannot be found. And then we have a second program known as the Family Strengthening Program, where children who are also orphaned, vulnerable, or may be abandoned are also allowed to stay with their own biological families, and then SOS support them. Now, for the school, as it has been said, is open to the public. And every SOS child in the family-based care that is in our village is attending that school.
Okay.
So opportunity is just there for all our children.
Okay. And so what will be the selection criteria for these individuals? Their parents cannot be found, that is one.
Yeah.
But are there others?
Yes, we have the orphaned, and we have the abandoned, and we have the destitute.
Okay.
There are some who have their natural families, but for one or two reasons that is quite obvious, they cannot provide the care, and therefore they fall on the support of SOS to do that. And to answer your question, now when they come, even though the school is meant for them to provide what it's supposed to do, they are also taken through some kind of intervention, educational intervention, so it doesn't look like, well, it is just a business as usual, or because it's for us, you can easily go through it. You must meet the criteria, you must meet the requirement, and that is why we require support, we require resource. Of course, quality cannot come without cost. And for us to be able to achieve this, we need to better resource these children to be able to match their outside, or the children in the outside community, to sail through the academic career.
I'm sure that is what has given birth to the Quality Education Campaign.
Precisely.
Hitherto, how was the SOS resourced?
Initially, we had funding from our international organization, and you and I know that things have changed in terms of economic crunch. They are also suffering. And SOS Ghana thought it wise that a time has come for us to also do something, because we cannot sit for honey to continue to lick on our lips. One day when it stops licking or dripping, what happens? We are concerned about these children. They have rights. And so SOS Ghana is saying that, look, let's step out. Let's partner with corporate individuals, the religious bodies, the other well-meaning Ghanaians, to see how best they can support, so that by stretching their hand a little far, the vulnerable children can also identify their potential and become useful, not to the family, but to the larger society.
So, George, what are some of the aspects or the characteristics of this campaign that you're embarking on?
Yeah, this campaign is not only targeting our school, but we also want to widen our horizon. This time we have seen that there is a gap between the public schools and the private schools, the quality private schools. And therefore, if we want to support many children, then the best way to do is to help build the capacity of the public schools. So this quality education is also aimed at resourcing these public schools. The government is playing her part very well, but yet still, the government alone cannot shoulder all these responsibilities. And therefore, we think that the general public, donors within the country, SOS and other NGOs can come together to help build the capacity of these public schools.
And how can people who want to contribute, who want to support, how can they do that?
Yes, thank you, Mike. Like George had earlier indicated, we have a funded project that is currently running, and it's likely to end, I think, 2018. The quality education now. So we are saying beyond 2018, what happens? And that is what has brought us here.
Okay.
We are calling on the educational institutions, corporate organizations, the individuals like you as well. It doesn't matter how small it is, to contribute. It could be any tangible, in terms of cash, in terms of time, volunteering, anything to build the structures, strengthen the existing structures we have in our public schools.
Okay.
So then the quality that we are offering in SOS schools can be replicated in the other public schools. And of course, this cannot be borne by only us. And so it's a collective responsibility, and we want to put it across so those listening to us now can also partner us in whichever way to have this sustained. And like he indicated earlier, the gap between the privileged and the less privileged is just wide.
Yeah.
Now we are working with the vulnerable child. They have so much potentials. This is the way we can tap into so they become very useful to Mother Ghana. And so we are working on 2 of the sustainable development goals. That is one, quality.
4 and 10.
Goal 4, that is quality education.
Okay.
And then the 10 is reducing inequality. And we believe that with this campaign that we have embarked on, we would see greater success.
Okay. Now, under the SOS infrastructure, how many kids estimatedly do you have?
Yeah, under the FBC, the family-based care, that is those who are in our villages,
Yeah.
under our total care, we have 632 children
Okay.
in 4 villages in Ghana.
Okay.
In Tema, Esiakwa in the eastern region, Kumasi, and Tamale. And then when we come to the family strengthening program, we have 5,000 children under our care. Also in these communities, and in addition in communities like Choko and Zozugu, also in Tamale.
Okay. And
Ashama
how
too. Yeah.
much are you looking at raising in terms of the campaign that you're embarking on?
Yes, we want to be a bit modest. We are targeting 200,000 Ghana cedis
Okay.
for this campaign.
For this
Okay.
year.
For this year, yes.
Okay. And then after this year, next year, are you going to set another target, and then the year after?
Precisely, because it needs to be sustained. It's not an event, a one-off something. And as children continue to become vulnerable in society, SOS is committed to ensuring that these children also access what the privileged child is
Able to access.
exactly. And so we are saying that education is an asset.
Okay.
To build a nation, you need to educate the people. And the youth or the child, if you educate the child today, you are sure of a sustainable future. And that is why this, the campaign is themed Quality Education for a Sustainable Future.
Okay. How long is expected to run the entire campaign?
Yes, it's a 1 month. It started in March.
Okay.
And it's expected to end 21st of April.
Okay.
Which will be climaxed with a musical concert. In fact, a fundraising musical concert in Kumasi. Yes.
Okay.
So that is, and it's going to mark the International Day of Families. Even though the day falls on 15th of May, we are holding this event on the 13th, which is a Friday.
Okay.
So we can get as many corporates, individuals, the organized, private, everybody to come, enjoy, relax as you support SOS.
And that will be in Kumasi?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you've spoken about the campaign, what you hope to achieve, how much you hope to raise, but how can people contribute if they want to make their contribution to the SOS Quality Education Now campaign? George?
Yeah, individuals can contribute on their own through an account number that will be given and also telephone numbers that will be given.
Okay.
We are also targeting corporate organizations. If that is what we call payroll donation, that is like Metro TV.
Okay.
Can say, okay, we have opened the doors for our staff. And every month, a staff can say, I will contribute 5 CDs, 20 CDs, 30 CDs, all these put together, and then it is dropped into our account or a check sign for us. That is the corporate donation.
And as part of our corporate donation, Metro TV has given you airtime
Which we
to
have done, which we
publicize
appreciate so
this
much.
campaign.
Yes.
Michael, we so much appreciate this opportunity that is coming from Metro TV. But we'll further appreciate it if Michael, as an individual, can also, in his small way, like George said, 10 cities, 5 cities, every month, you committed to this project.
I know that my producer, Ken Amwa, is listening, and I know he has a very soft spot for the destitute and people who are underprivileged. And so I know that he's working on something. He's told me that he's working on something, something that would put a smile on the faces of some of these SOS children. So you can count on Ken Amwa and a few of others here who would also join and then put a smile on the faces of some of these kids. But run us quickly through the account numbers so that people who are out there can contribute.
Thank you so much. So for our landline or our office line, you can reach us on 0302 222 867. I repeat, 0302 222 867 or 0302 233 09089. Again, 0302 233 089. You can also email us on public.relations@sosghana.org.
Thank you very much.
For account number,
okay.
quickly, SOS Children's Villages Ghana is account name, and then the bank is Standard Chartered Bank, Liberia Road, Accra. Account number 0100 113 753 501.
Okay. All right. So the details are there on the screen. So you can call the SOS Children's Villages, and then they'll give you the details on how to make your donations. Thank you very much for coming through. And as I said earlier, Ken has already intimated to me that he has plans of supporting, and so Ken and a few of the others here, Harriet, Nati, I'm sure they'll all put their kitty in, Middle's Might in there to ensure that this campaign becomes a success. Thank you for coming through. And you are still watching Good Morning Ghana. We've just spoken about helping the little ones in our society, showing your philanthropic side. But the show will continue after this short break.